I like how symbolic this piece is. They use a variety of colors in substitute to the color of fire, which is red, orange, and yellow. But instead, they use almost the colors of the rainbow, just a variety of different colors. And this is not strange at all. It doesn't appear strange. I actually think it works very well because the animation makes it look like a flame either way. So we do get this sort of flame imagery. So the variety of colors makes it look really good. And I think although this is a short piece, with that little time, they were definitely very creative in how they presented this wildfire.
Kind of showed through the animation the way a wildfire works, with certain pieces flickering off, embers, I guess, flickering off, and the way that the colors could represent each level of heat. Because if you look closely at fire, there are different levels of color. And this kind of put that together all in one, but more vibrant colors instead of the ones that kind of blend together. They kind of put clear lines between them so you could see what was going on. It was a very beautiful piece to show how a fire moves, especially when there's things like wind and trees and elements thrown in to make a wildfire. It was really, really pretty because of it. It's gorgeous.
Very beautiful, very unique. I'd be interested to know a little more about the creation of this piece. First of all, the music was beautiful. It was wonderfully composed, wonderfully produced, wonderfully performed, and the music was dramatic. It was stirring. It was intense. Great job. And the animation really went with it so beautifully. We're seeing all this flow. We're seeing these molecules and these bonds floating all around. It was so neat. I'm wondering if this was some sort of like algorithmic type of thing that was generated relative to the music, or if it was just created on its own. I'd like to know more about it. It was very beautiful, very beautiful. I love the color, the shape, the flow of it.
Me personally, the music was the real driving force behind this, and what you were seeing on the screen was so visually appealing, but it was the music that I was drawing the emotion from, and it was the music that I was drawing, like I said, the drive from. And it just kind of, as it swelled, and it really became this very, like, almost aggressive, beautiful, beautiful music, but then mirrored that with these incredible visuals that you're seeing, with all of this color and all of this like delicate balance between movement and shapes that we typically relate to. It personally, I would relate them to either water or fire, and then to have all of these like geometric shapes and these geometric forms kind of like spinning out of that, I thought that was so interesting and so intriguing. And then the color that it was throwing was so beautiful, and really blended well from one to the next to the next.
I love the concept of making a parallel between actual wildfires and this CGI fractal display. Everything is rising like flames with many bright colors like yellows, blues, and pinks, and ascending geometric shapes. It was mesmerizing to watch. I also really enjoyed the orchestral strains, moving from passionate strings and rising in intensity to keyboards and heavy rhythms as the fire raged on. The music has an epic action film to it, which really brings the viewer into the drama.
Feels like a diorama of colors bursting together. There's magenta, violet, blue, lime green, yellow, aqua, etc. that blend together and just explode out. It's very calming and interesting to watch. They look like molecules that are being rapidly projected out, or even paint. There's this redundancy in the fluidity and the way they flow that is nice to project. It reminds me of AR, and art is subjective. This just happens to be one of those examples of digital art working at its best to create this futuristic use of medium.
This was so cool. I loved watching this, and my first thought was, what on earth, how did they do that? I mean, I wasn't sure if it was a computer generated AI motion or if it was an NFT, but whatever they did, it was really, really gorgeous. And it was so much fun to watch it morph and change and move. And the music fit it absolutely beautifully. I mean, I don't think that they could have chosen better music for this.